just wanted to invite everybody before we begin. I think it's good to just try to close our eyes for a bit, if you guys are willing to follow me. So just follow my voice. Let's close our eyes and let's retrace to this morning, that early morning, before even you begin to open your eyes. What was it that comes to your awareness? Hold your chest, touch your heart. When was the last time you heard that person, that voice? Say hello, selamat pagi, good morning. And then let's open our eyes. Sometimes it takes time and struggles for us to open our eyelid. And here today, I am making this video installation that shows a candle. That is our awareness. The light is our soul. That is our spirit. Before we begin everything, it's just you have to decide whether you want to wake up or not. This is a story about showing up. This is a story about just over and over answering that. This is our life. I know it's a Sunday today, but in the end, you show up to the stage, you show up to the show, and then you came back after one session to the next. Many people talk about being vulnerable. Many people talk about even the video just now, amazing, right? Oh, and everything, being vulnerable. Everything. But honestly speaking, what is it anyway? Sometimes we feel like, oh, I want to learn how to be vulnerable, just like be more, and be courageous and everything. You guys have done it already. We all have done it that morning. You just did it earlier just now. Some people opens their eyes because they have to show up for work. Some people opens their eyes, maybe their daughter wanted to have to go to school. Some people open their eyes, they were like, I still think about the problem last night. I couldn't have a good sleep. But in the end, what did we do? We still show up. This video has taught me so much. It is not just about being aware into something. We did this video 3 days ago in the studio when everything was just so hectic. I am someone who is wearing more than 10 hats a day. I was like, oh, maybe this video will help me to talk about what I do in my home. It's not. Today, I am the testament of being vulnerable, of forgetting what I'm going to say. I learned how to forget. I learned how to not remember the script because why? This is me meeting you for the first time. Just like how I face my life every day, like all of us, being a stranger to the day for the unknown. Then what happened, Metta? What did you do every single morning that you can finally be standing here today? Just wake up. Just like go to shower. That's the least you can do. And then feed your cats. But it's more than that. If you pay attention, I've been talking, yes, a lot about the gates, about boundaries and everything. But now I learned when I was trying to breathe, it's just starting simply from the first gate of our life. It's our eyes, then our first door of the bedroom door. Maybe many of you haven't been to Glodok. Maybe many of you haven't been to my place, to my home. But I live in a shop house. So many people kalau tahu ruko, so it's a shop and a house, literally. So when people say, oh, work-life balance, you don't bring home some work, besai, cannot. I literally open the door right away, 3 seconds to work. But I said to you, this is one of the best things you can ever get in this city that's filled with traffic. I don't have to think about how to commute, when to take the grab. Oh, sorry, beep. But no, I just have to go down. But again, those doors keeps just opening. I do not see, uh, there's a specific thing of what really makes us doing things. It doesn't matter. We've been hearing so many speakers today, but I am here to talk about Metta, being a daughter. I'm a daughter. I'm a sister. I'm a friend. I am a leader. I am a client. I'm also someone who works for people. But in the end, what is it that really just bring us to show up to our family, right? We meet them and they're like, okay, how's your sleep? Nobody asked that, of course, in our home. They just like, eat your egg, okay? Mama prepare this and everything. Okay, I need to go to work and everything. And then you go to the next gate of the place where to bed. When you open on weekend, people publicly just already enjoying their coffee in the morning. They already have this and that. And honestly speaking, I just realized that in every process of this whole continuation of thing that comes in our life, that's me in the middle, by the way, we just have to stand still with a different kind of thing that is showing up to our life as well. I am here standing being vulnerable and welcoming, but it is no longer just about, hey, how to really be able to face things in our work and everything, but know that, you know, being aware of how imperfect condition is are in our most immediate environment. That moment when I open the gate of Glodok, that's the moment that I realize the reality of life. That's the moment that I know there's so many changes, so many things that I've already been facing since I was born. I'm someone who never actually lived in comfort. I'm someone who never actually lived in certainty. Many of us, not just me, and I learned instead of fighting is how to surrender, is how to accept that when you open that gate, it is actually, imagine, it's a whole sea full of waves. I just learned how to, instead of swimming, I surf or I dive. It's no longer about the situation, but about how we actually navigate ourselves in different kind of situation. When life happens, when you're trying to find what's in you, that really actually, I want to continue my family legacy. I want to do this, I want to do that. It is as simple as, I would say, show up and keep on showing up every single time that you have that fear. The moment that you felt that I was frozen inside that couch, that bed, I just couldn't move. Maybe I could give a simple advice. Scrape that idea, open your eyes, go straight up, and then have that moment, and then touch yourself and be kind. We have been witnessing a moment where those drips will finally be gone. That moment of how we talk about legacy as well. The legacy that our parents, grandparents that have brought us for the past 100, almost 100 years. How do I feel as the fourth generation? I saw this grandma. When I look at her, it reminds me so much of my popo. I grew up so close with my grandma. She lived until 107 years old. I used to sleep all together with her since I was young. To be able to even watch time just pass and melt in front of our eyes. Don't you guys realize how fast life is? This can be just a straight of one day, but I see this row of a candle as one cycle of life. We only got one life, right? As a young generation or whatever. But those, imagine, who's already in their 60s, 70s, 80s, but they're still full of soul, just like us, full of spirit. And they just no longer have the time anymore. But they still want to do it. What would you do? That's how I work. I believe that time is not finite. It's not infinite, sorry. And time is ticking. That soul, that flame, that is the memory of the legacy of our grandparents, of our parents. In that flame has all the story, all the history, all the wisdom, everything that could be something that we hope we hear more and more when that moment that they're gone. So it's simple, but it's not that simple, right? Isn't that? That flame. They're on there probably like sick, but they're there. That moment happened to me. And I was questioning myself. That moment when I started to open that gate, that moment that I started to show up on stage just like today, it was because I asked myself, what would you do when there is this only little flame left, the soul that is left in the ground, asking for you to do something? So now the question is on us. If you were me and if you were you, when you watch and witness this, what would you do? Thank you.